Welcome back everyone to the Uncreate podcast. This is still Bob.
And this is still Colin.
Alright. And before we start, we just want to say, please buy our merch.
Gas-gas na ba, guys?
Sorry guys. Ayan, kailangan po namin ng suporta. Kasi as you can see, we're still here in our beanbags on the floor.
Yes.
So this is the Chevron shirt in black. We have Chevron shirt in black and we have unfiltered shirt and sweatshirt
and
in
t-shirt.
black.
May
Ayan.
Chevron din na
Oh, may Chevron din na sweatshirt. Please.
It's my personal favorite.
Yes. Ayun.
I want that.
So welcome back to the
Why don't you support us so we can buy the merch?
Ayun. Yan. Actually, wala po kami ng sarili naming merch. Ayun. So, if you want to buy the merch, it's at shirtly.ph/reccreate with 2 C's, RECCREATE. Alright.
Once again, we don't have any preambles today.
Yan.
We don't have any shout-outs because we are still marathoning.
Yes, we're still marathoning the podcast para sigurado tayong may mare-release even during the kung mag-re-lockdown, which hopefully hindi kasi lahat tayo ay kailangan na
so if you're
magtrabaho.
listening to this podcast, it's probably either of the two lang.
Yeah.
Either you're still at home
or you're working on the way to your work, or on the way home.
On the way home.
Yes, ayun.
Kasi we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Actually, kung nakikinig kayo nito, it's probably when we release every 3 p.m. on all the podcast platforms and just in time para umuwi kayo. Alam namin na mahirap umuwi ngayon. Medyo traffic pa rin, and you can play us on your phone, on your car when you're going home.
Yes.
Or kung wala kayong car, nagko-commute kayo, just put on the podcast.
And it's available on all popular platforms.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter kung naka-Android kayo na pipitsugin or naka high-quality iPhone.
Yes. We are there. We can be there. So, habang pauwi kayo, play nyo lang kami para hindi nyo maalala na mahirap pala sumakay. Or habang pauwi kayo sa traffic, ayan, para at least may dalawang bobong kausap ka.
And good on you kung nakarating ka pa sa bahay mo nang nagpe-play pa tong podcast na to.
Actually,
hindi ka nahirapan mag-commute.
Oo. Kasi kung nagpe-play pa rin to at nakauwi ka, we will pray for you kasi medyo matagal yung podcast.
Yes.
Ayun. So, good luck sa atin lahat dyan and let's enjoy the shows. Alright, so before we start, we will start. Okay, so So hindi mo alam yung topic natin today. Hindi ko sinabi.
Ito mega surprise na to eh.
Okay. So ito yung topic ko. Bakit ba ang lahat ng tatay pag nasa mall ka, pumapasok lagi sa Ace Hardware?
Fuck.
O kahit anong hardware. 'Di ba? Pag tatay ka, papasok ka sa hardware store sa mall. Pansin mo ba yun?
So, walang bibilhin.
Tapos walang bibilhin. Tapos wala siyang bibilhin.
Ganda ang inception na eh. Pumasok na siya ng mall. Pumasok pa siya ng hardware store sa mall.
So,
wala siyang bibilhin.
Tapos mag-iikot siya. Tapos di ka niya kakausapin. Iikot lang siya mag-isa, ganyan. Tapos wala siyang bibilhin.
Bakit nga ba? I think all fathers have this idea that they should have a personal personal project na kailangan nila ng tools. Doesn't matter if it's ongoing or if it's in the mind.
In the mind, yan.
every actually kahit di nga father, basta older individual, pero most likely sa father mangyayari.
It's an older male.
Pero mas likely talaga feeling ko sa father kasi meron silang mga projects in mind for their children.
Or their house.
Their house, ganyan.
Pero wala silang bibili.
This is like, kailangan ko yan.
Feeling ko parang parang siyang heaven for the dads out there. Parang yun yung go-to store
nila. Alam mo,
nila.
recently, I'm starting to feel that way.
Actually, totoo yun. Hindi ko siya na-gets mga bandang high school tayo.
Oh, man.
May never ako pumasok sa loob ng hardware.
Dinedread ko yung moments na sumama ako sa hardware, ganyan. Kasi parang, anong gagawin ko dun?
Diba?
this state, let me just be upfront with you guys. I am a nerd. I love tweaking electronics and stuff, and I do it at home. And as a child, I loved my tools, but even in those years, hindi ko mag-gets why I have to accompany my father just to look at some hammers. Or a brand new toolbox. Ay, favorite nila yung toolbox. Might I just say, they love the fucking toolbox.
Pagandaan ng toolbox ngayon.
Makakita sila, may bagong toolbox ngayon. Do you need one? Pero now, it's making sense. I would love
actually
a nice toolbox.
Yun nga, in recent years, after I graduated college, bigla akong may urge. Para nasa mall.
Pumasok ng hardware?
Para nasa mall. Bigla akong may some kind of urge na pumasok sa hardware. So wala akong alam sa mga tools.
Anong tinitignan mo dun?
Hindi ko alam. Basta papasok ako sa hardware.
Ka lang. Shit, you are the purest form.
Kasi papasok ako sa hardware. Tapos sa hardware ko una nakita yung mga tumbler. Yung mga tumbler. Ito, nabili ko to sa... Ito nabili. Basta sa some hardware. Yung hardware sa Shangri-La sa taas. Ayun.
Handyman yata yun.
Hindi. Basta something. True Value. Yun, True Value.
Ay, ano yun? That is an appliance store.
Hindi. I consider it a hardware. Hardware siya. Hindi siya appliance store.
Can we modify the statement? Kasi it's two things na of equal proportions, in my opinion. It's a hardware store or an appliance store.
Parang hindi masyadong appliance. Kasi yung appliance, one time lang yun
pero they don't. They love to check out their new TVs.
nga. Check lang sila dun.
Or their new fridge. Tapos they'll tell their wives, but their wives will be saying, "Don't have that kind of money."
TV na naman. Ang dami-dami na naman natin TV. Kakabili mo lang.
Parang Hindi kami mayaman, guys. I just want to reinforce that statement. Bob and I, we are not rich. We just, we know these things.
So, yun yung nakita kong weird for me. Kasi for the longest time, syempre nakikita ko yung tatay ko. Pasok na siya sa hardware. So, wala siyang bibilhin. Lalabas na siya. Or may bibilhin siya. Kasi di ko alam kung anong binili niya.
Windshield wiper?
Bas, mali ko. Basta minsan, for example, nag-grocery kami, ganyan. Mas medyo bored na. Kung nakuha niya lahat ng gusto niya from the grocery. So yung nanay ko na yung nag-grocery, ganyan. Bigla siya mawawala. Tapos pagbalik niya, nasa checkout counter na kami, may hawak na siyang Ace Hardware. Paper bag. Tapos hindi ko alam kung ano yun. Tapos pagdating lang namin sa bahay, may bago na kaming doorknob. Parang ako, hindi naman sila yung doorknob. Pinalitan niya na yung doorknob. Or biglang may bago na kaming bumbilya. Ganyan. Tapos parang, hindi naman sila yung bumbilya.
Hindi, kasi parang nakikita ko na yung point With in your younger years, you don't, parang it's not relevant for your children to know what needs replacement. Which is probably something na kakaiba sa sarili kong father. Na he would always make sure that we know what's wrong with the house and what needs repaired, and that we make sure we participate. Pero even regardless of that fact, he just loved these older people. They just love going to
the hardware.
The hardware. Kasi it doesn't matter what occasion it is, especially pre-pandemic times.
Pasok ng hardware.
Lagi yan pag nag-SM, for sure dadaan yan ng hardware. Tapos magagalit pa yan sa'yo.
Kasi hindi ka sumama.
Hindi. Kasi pag uwi niya, kwento niya yung day niya, sabihin mo, ay, may kailangan pala ako sa hardware. Pag nagaling na ako dun eh. Sabi mo sa akin sinabi, dapat nabili ko na for you. Ano bang ginawa mo dun? Wala.
Sobrang accurate nun. Kasi actually yung one thing na medyo na-amaze ako. Kasi nga, recently lang ako pumapasok sa mga hardware. Ang nagustuhan kong nakita ko doon is yun nga, yung mga tumbler, yung mga vacuum insulated tumbler, clean canteens, mga hydro flasks. And then, nandun yung mga pet stuff for some reason.
Yeah, nandun nga palagi yung
mga pet stuff. And Nung una, yun na yung tinitingnan ko doon. Tapos, eventually, graduate ako doon. Tumingin ako ng mga ilaw. Tumingin ako ng mga upuan. Tumingin ako ng mga Swiss Army knives.
Gago, alam mo kung ano yung favorite ko about...
Tsaka yung mga yung mga car seat.
Ito nga yung favorite ko sa inside the mall hardware stores. Kung ano yung naka-display.
Yun na yun.
Sa harap. Yun yung mga parang mga on sale or new arrival. It's always something interesting that you don't need.
Tapos meron lagi yung promodizer. Yung may Britney Spears.
Tapos napakita niya yung bago niyang food mixer, food processor.
Ito po sir, ang ganyan. Tapos ang bilis niya gawin. Tapos dinidaya mo, kasi kung manonood ka lang.
Nung bata ako parang, shit, ang cool ng trabaho niya.
Oo nga eh.
Tapos nung tumanda na ako, iba na eh. Shit, I need that. But that's how they start.
Doon ka ilulure ng Ace Hardware. So yung mga promodizer, yung mga nagde-demo sa labas, hindi yun para sa mga taong bibili. Para yun sa mga batang nanonood. They're luring you in, bata ka pa lang. So para pag tumanda
kasi
ka...
hindi naman sasabihin sa'yo ng father mo all the time, ng tatay mo all the time na sumama ko sa hardware, ito specifically bibili natin. Hindi palagi yun yung case eh. You go there and it's part of this unspoken culture. He takes you there so you get mesmerized.
Yan. Yung mga demo.
Things you don't understand.
Yung mga nagde-demo ng bagong vacuum.
Napakalupit yung bagong vacuum. Maglatag sila ng mga pebbles and dust. Tapos, mo masira yung vacuum? Hindi yun, sir.
Tapos, may i-demo nila kasi ang daming attachment ng vacuum na yun. Tapos ma-amaze ka. Parang ikaw,
o kaya yung mga hybrid plancha/steamer. Yung plancha ka 1 seconds, mamaya nag-steamer na damit na napatayo. So, what the fuck? Magaling yan! Siyempre, as a child, you don't care.
Hindi, you care.
Hindi, natutuwa ka. You don't care. You don't feel the need to have it.
Ako, honestly, kung may pera lang ako, may binili ko na.
Noon time na yun?
Yung mga vacuum na amazing. Man, kung may pera lang ako, binili ko na. Kasi na-amaze ako eh. Parang, oh shit.
Tayo namin, nabiktima ka na ba ng TV shopping?
Hindi, that's a topic for another day. Yeah.
Parang likely, you're the type of person na pwedeng...
That's a topic for another day. Yan. Pero doon tayo sa mga nagde-demo. Gusto ko ma-experience yun.
Yung ikaw yung tatayo doon?
Mag-demo.
Gano'n chat na ako ng demo.
Nagde-demo?
Oo, man. May training yun. Nakatuwa nga. Oo, kasi... my favorite part about the hardware store are the plumbing. Materials and
tubero
tools.
Ka ba?
Sabi nila, the chemical engineer is an overglorified tubero.
An overpaid tubero.
Yes.
Actually, underpaid.
Pero yun daw yung case. And, it's true. But when it comes to the hardware store...
Tubero ka for chemicals.
Yes. Yes. I love the tools and the materials required for... What's English for tubero? Tuberowing. Plumbing. Pero kasi, yun. Natutuwa ako kasi, alam mo yung game ng bata tayo. Actually, even yung bata, yung parents natin. Yung pipe game.
Ano yun?
Yung card game siya na itutuloy mo hanggang makompleto mo yung pipes.
Domino?
Hindi. Dream pipe? Pipe Dream.
Ano yun?
It's a card game.
Okay. Tapos pipe siya.
Na-inherit namin from my parents' childhood. From my dad's childhood. Tapos, natutuwa talaga ako dun sa... Siguro na-incept yung brain ko. Or something.
Na maging chemical engineer.
Hindi. Sinabi lang sa akin yan para yumaman daw. Hindi naman totoo.
Hindi. Man, hindi mo ba naisip? Na-incept ka na bata ka pa lang.
That's not nice.
Dahil dun sa pipe game na yun. Hindi niya in-inherit yun. Binili yun.
Makikita mo yun. Kunyari, yung mga sa laro sa tablet or sa smartphone, yung iikot-ikot mo yung pipes para mabuo mo yun. It's the same concept, but you get dealt with cards and you complete the
tube.
The tubes. So you get two ends. Para siyang ganun. It's a classic game. You guys.
So yun yung reason kung bakit gusto mo yung mga plumbing section.
Na curious, and then going to the hardware store, you see pipes, and you see faucets, and you see all sorts of strange plumbing devices. Even the toilet itself is a strange device. Parang you need to have a understanding of
the gooseneck.
Huh?
The gooseneck.
Yeah. You need to have an understanding of science and physics to appreciate the true value.
True value. That's a hardware.
Yeah. So that's my favorite thing about going to the hardware store. And at some point, parang bibili yata kami ng bagong filter.
Okay.
Para mag-install kami ng in-house na
plumbing.
Filtration system for our water. We talked about this in a previous episode. If you haven't heard that one, you stop this, go back, and you listen to that one, and you come back here. Tapos dun, kinula ko ng personnel. Kasi may training daw sila for that. And yung mga this was my college years. So nung nina-explain niya sa akin yung the science behind it.
Okay.
A lot of it matched with what I already know. So parang, so legit yung training nyo.
So, pwede ka na maging tubero?
Oh, man. So, nung kinakausap ko siya, kinuwento niya sa akin na dati siyang nagde-demo sa labas. Talagang pinag-aaralan daw talaga nila itong mga bagay-bagay na to. So, it's a fucking skill, man. The whole, it's demo. Also science. So, yung mga
Is it math?
Huh?
Is math?
Mostly chemistry. Well, since sa filtration devices siya. Mostly chemistry.
Chemistries.
So,
hindi siya,
mention niya yung hardness and softness of waters. Parang, wow. And this is not to be judgmental, ha? It's more like, you just never expect
parang hindi mo na in-expect that this person who works in the hardware does the demos.
Yeah.
Would actually know.
And would actually, parang hindi lang siya hard knowledge, eh. Nagde-recommend siya ng stuff to me.
So, may talaga siya, specialist.
Oo. So, dun ko na-realize na, gago, these people know what they're talking about. They may sound preachy and parang puro pa-wow effect. Pero to some degree, they know what they're talking about.
So, effective salespeople sila.
Dapat, may test daw yun eh. Kasi nakausap ko talaga siya, men. Tinetest yung oral skills nila in yung presentation of facts and parang may mga question and answer yun. So, para masagot nila na maayos yung mga...
Ang ganda.
Ang ganda talaga. The inner workings of the hardware store is a beautiful thing.
Ang ganda. Gusto kong ma-experience. Gusto kong makakausap ng demo promodizer, man.
Oo, kasi natuwa ako nung experience na yun. So, it's an additional layer of why I'm also very much interested in going to
the hardware
stores these days.
May
backstory na eh.
So, by the way, we're talking about the hardware. Can we assume that we have Tito-fied? We have been Tito-fied?
Not 100% yet.
Di pa.
Kasi right now we go when we have needs.
Dapat pumupunta tayo doon kahit wala tayong gagawin.
Oo.
Ganun na ako ngayon, pre.
Wala pa hindi mo pa in-explore yung yung entire scene.
Yung
start ka sa car items, go to the plumbing,
yung
faucets.
Yung mga na-explore ko doon, yung mga lights, pet items, mga vacuum insulated bottles, car items, and some tools that I know, mga screwdrivers, hammers. Pero yung mga power tools, hindi ko masyadong...
Yan, mga favorite ko na yan, power tools.
Yun eh, electricity tester.
So, bigay ng backstory sa ating mga listeners and viewers.
Kasi nagkaroon kasi ng nagpa-install kami ng aircon
dito
here
sa
in the studio. And to test the electricity, nagulat kami, kumuha ng barena yung installer.
Binibili ganito, di tatlo sila. Meron na dun sa may breaker kasi kailangan daw i-trace yung line. Tapos merong nandito sa room na to. Tapos nandito kasi yung mga outlet eh. So sabi nung nandun sa may breaker, pre, test mo nga yung ano.
Kung may kuryente pa.
So, tapos sabi niya lang, labas mo yung ano. So itong si kuya dito sa loob, na-gets niya. Nilabas niya. Ano kasi, testing, di ba? Magte-testing ka ng kuryente. Anong usually gagawin mo? Maglasaksa ka ng charger or anything that needs power, di ba? Oo. Check mo kung technical kang person, lalabas ka ng tester.
Oo, kung may test. Kasi yun nga, technician sila. Yun nga, may tester yung sasaksak mo siyang gano'n. Sasabihin niya kung may power. Akala ko yun yung ilalabas niya. Ang nilabas niya, barena. Basically, power drill. Naglabas siya ng power drill. Sinaksak niya. Tapos, meron.
Parang kami yung Bob the Light. Ang ganda.
Yun yung tester. Sa loob-loob namin. Nagtingin na kami, pre. Parang okay yung tester nila.
Bili nga tayo ng tester, pre. Magkano ba yan? 6,000?
Tapos, di na gano'n, nagpatay na ng mga kuryente yung kabilang technician. Pre, test mo. Meron patal. Tapos, di nagpatay siya ng iba. Yan, testingin mo. Wala na. Okay na. So yun, doon nila nalaman na wala na, nahanap nila yung switch.
Kasi hindi na umiikot yung barena.
Oo.
Ganda.
So, tawa ako.
Guys,
yung ba yung tester?
Guys, supportahan nyo kami para makabili din kami ng tester dito sa studio. Kasi expand namin to by ourselves naman.
Kailangan namin ng tester power drill.
Ano yun eh? 6K?
6,000 yun para lang makapag-test ng kuryente.
So, buy our merch so we can buy ourselves a tester.
Please buy our merch, shirley.ph/reccreate. And you will love it. Thank you.
We'll show you the tester.
Yes. Pag may tester na kami, may electricity tester kami, papakita namin sa inyo yan. For sure. Yan.
Tingin mo ba, may mga tatay or tito na pumasok lang sa Ace Hardware para magtingin ng tester?
Baka. Tumingin lang sila ng electricity tester.
Nag-grab sila ng power tools para isaksak sa bahay para lang masabi may kuryente sila.
Baka yun. Baka for example, like, bumili siya ng one day, may isang lalaki. So, bumili siya ng power tool. Bumili siya ng barena. Tapos paglabas niya, nakita siya ng asawa. Ano yung binili mo? Bili ako ng electricity tester. Tapos sige, patingin niya. Paglabas niya, barena.
Ganito guys, mag-email kayo kung ano ang tester nyo sa bahay. So, ang subject nyo ay, ang tester ko ay, tapos yung body, picture nung kung ano yung pang-test nyo ng kuryente.
So, bahala na kayo kung ano yun. Kung barena, better.
Kung maganda kung video nyo rin, para malaman namin kung may kuryente kayo.
Video nyo yung pagsaksak, tapos yung test, kung gumagana ba.
Kung ano yan, kung barena yan, I applaud you. You are just like the professionals.
Kung barena yung pang-test nyo, thank you. Yes.
We are interested in seeing what you guys can show us. Kasi iba-iba daw yan eh.
May?
Iba-ibang tester yan.
Depende sa tao yun.
Depende sa tao.
Kung ano yung perfect for personality.
Like, for instance, ako, basic lang ang tao. Charger lang ng cellphone eh.
Ako
hindi nag-charge.
Actually, charger ng cellphone yung pinakamadali. Or ng laptop or whatever.
Pero ang sophisticated ng barena. I want that. Maybe I'll pass by Ace Hardware one of these days.
Papabili ako sa tatay ko.
Just check kung ano yung maganda.
Tanong natin sa hardware. Sir, dito po sa mga barena na to, alin po yung pinaka-effective mag-test ng electricity?
Ang saya!
Okay, wait. Kung yun yung sa hardware, di ba? Bakit lahat ng babae, papasok sila sa Watsons?
Oh shit. I don't know, man.
Ako hindi ko alam. Sige, okay. Next topic. Sige. Yun na yan. Yun na yan. Email us na lang. Email us. Di namin alam bakit ang hilig niyong pumasok sa Watsons. But please email us. Mahilig akong pumasok sa Watsons dahil. Tapos, sa text, you can do any paragraph form.
ERLYN, mag-email ka.
ERLYN, baka mahilig ka pumasok sa Watsons. Mag-email ka. And any other girl out there, Please,
yung mga sinoutout namin before, you are all girls, I believe.
Please, sabihin nyo lang sa amin ba't ang hilig nyo pumasok sa Watsons. Kasi, we would love to know ano ba yung allure niya. Kasi
kung malaman namin, I would also like to frequent Watsons.
Sige.
Baka naman interesting din.
Baka may something doon.
Oo nga.
Sige.
Kasi right now, naisip ko lang gummy worms eh.
Actually, pumapasok lang ako ng Watsons pag bibili ako ng drink.
Drink and gummy worms.
Kapag medyo walang masyadong convenience store.
Yeah.
Or malayo na yung supermarket sa mall. So
Actually,
Watsons
strange
na
nga
ako
ng Watsons. Kasi ang daming all sorts of drugstores. But this Watsons thing is pretty common.
It's a meme.
Oh, beautiful.
I love it. I love the Watsons app.
Watch recreate videos, guys.
Dapat alam niyo yun.
Yeah. Email kayo kung alam niyo yun.
I love the Watsons app. Ano yung nire-refer na recreate video?
Ang ganda nito, no? Mag-comment sa lahat ng mga episodes natin sa YouTube. Mag-comment kayo kung nagigets niyo yung
mga
references namin. Kasi in ourselves, we are fans of our own channel.
Yung best, yun nga, like I said, yung best testimony of recreate and uncreate is tangina ang ganda.
Yes.
Yung nagsabi nun ako.
Yes. It's beautiful. Ito kasi yun feeling ko, you are a budding Tito already.
Malapit na.
Kasi meron ka na Swiss Army knife. It is the beginnings.
At just meron akong Stanley.
Yes, man, you're approaching. Kulang na lang siguro in 40 years time, I would imagine you own an RV.
But hindi naman, marami tayo sa US, pre.
Yeah, but something like it. Maybe a van or a family car.
I don't want one.
That's not your choice to make.
Shit. So pag Tito
Alam
ka
mo,
kailangan.
sabi rin ng tatay ko It does not want to own van. It does not want to own big cars.
Kasi yun lang.
I remember, bata akong favorite niyang kotse, Galant, pre. Sabi niya sa amin, pag kayo, yumaman na kayo, pag tumanda na kayo, so probably 9 or 8 years old, he would say, bilan niyo ako ng Galant.
Okay.
Pero the car that we have now, it's actually a van.
It's very big.
And he says he doesn't want it. But he loved the idea of that he has a van. Finally. Hindi ko magets yung love-hate relationship.
With the van.
And I think it's not your choice to make. So feeling ko ganun din yung nangyari with the hardware thing. It wasn't his choice to make.
Bigla lang siyang
kasi there was these...
instinct.
There was this imaginary needs as a family man. And he's constantly imagining those. So he goes into the hardware and imagines kung ano yung magagamit niya dun for his imaginary needs. Kasi sabi niya, babalikan kita.
Okay. So, ganun siya. So, baka may things lang talaga na pag Tito ka, bigla lang siyang
yun nga. Gusto ko tatanungin. Yung, mo ba, Swiss Army knife mo ba? Do you really need it?
Yes.
When did you determine you really needed it?
I need it for work.
When did you determine? What particular instance? Kwento mo.
When I need to cut things and I need a screwdriver sometimes.
Why can't you just have both a knife and a screwdriver?
It's very cumbersome in my pocket.
Exactly, my man. These things, they make you think you need them. But meron namang alternatives. Like in the studio.
So, imbis na bumili ka
fun fact, guys. Isa lang tulang ginamit namin. Actually, dalawa. And they're both parang upgraded Swiss... Well, ito yung tools na ginamit namin dito since we're staying here. Yung Swiss Army knife ni Bob and a friend's hyped up Swiss Army knife.
It's a Leatherman.
Yes. It becomes yung plies, yung Swiss Army knife na nagiging plies. Yun lang yung ginamit naming tools.
Actually.
When we can just bring a toolbox full of tools here.
Actually.
There's the alternative.
So, eventually nga, pag naging Tito ka, magkakaroon ka ng mga instinctual things that you will want to have. So, sure, kasama ba dun yung instinctual things that you want to do? Like, pototoy grab?
Yes.
So, hindi siya, So, are we determining na hindi siya, Hindi siya nurture. It's nature.
Yes.
So, nasa loob mo na yun. Just waiting to activate.
Yeah, that's part of the evolution of man. Kasi nga, di ba, like we discussed in the podcast about pototoy grabbing. It might have been the first Tito that started this trend.
Okay.
The first person who got circumcised. that started this trend of putotoy grabbing.
Hindi, yun nga.
So, nag-start siya dun eh.
So, eventually, namana natin yun. So, Pilipino yun yung unang putotoy grab. Well, okay. Most likely, Pilipino yun.
Guys, Spotify, I made a shrug gesture.
Huwag ka mag-ganun. Sabihin mo.
Naulol ako eh. Kasi magkaharap na tayo ngayon. So, I don't have to use words all the time.
No, it's a podcast.
Yes. I understand.
Ayun. So at a certain point in our lives, gustuhin lang talaga natin magputotoy flick or grab.
I think
mas kailangan natin i-resist yun.
Kasi parang ito yung mga stuff na nag-start as a joke. Tapos biglang gagawin. Parang yung ito, pinag-usapan natin about Titos and Tatays going to Ace Hardware. It's a joke. But it's gonna happen to us, man.
Oo nga eh. So, yun nga, doon nga ako natatakot eh. Kasi dati, question lang to sa akin. Tapos nakita ko bigla, nangyayari na siya.
Exactly.
Kasi nung nangyari na nga siya, alam ko na napupuna ko yung activity na yun. Pero,
you can't stop it.
Pero nung nag-start akong gawin siya, na-realize ko lang siguro after mga 10 trips to the hardware na wala akong binibili. Parang, oh shit, I'm turning into a Tito.
Are you afraid?
A little bit.
Why? Why are you afraid?
Because I might start doing the putotoy grab to my inaanak.
Kung feeling ko naman nakwento mo nga before na hindi ka naman na putotoy grab. You're devoid of that experience.
Hindi, baka nga eh. Yun yung sinasabi ko, baka nga
gago. Ikaw yung greatest experiment of all time.
Hindi kasi baka nga.
Hindi kasi ikaw yung walang ikaw yung walang prior experience of the abuse and the fucking pain.
Okay. So baka nga, so kung gawin ko siya,
we shall determine the truth of it.
Na it's just inside
of us. Yes.
Oh,
Made-avoid lahat ng discussions natin about it. Lalabas yung katotohanan
na nurture talaga. Na nature talaga.
That you are is a natural putotoy grabber once they hit the age of insert age.
Oh shit. So ganun siya.
Yes.
My God.
You be afraid, huh? I will keep an eye on you.
You too.
It might happen to me one way or another.
Kasi nga, victim ka.
Yes. Yeah.
Pero ako, since hindi ako victim, tapos ginawa ko, baka it's proof that it's really inside everyone.
So I will continue to monitor you and tell you not to do it. So we can disprove.
Hindi, dapat ihahayaan mo lang ako.
Hindi, pre. Hindi pwedeng mangyari yan, pre.
Independent variable nga
I can
ako
let you do your Ace Hardware shit, but do not putotoy grab. Let us end this.
Putotoy grab.
Let's end this.
Hindi, pero kasi experiment nga siya eh. Kasi it's either tigilan ko siya knowingly, tapos titigil siya, or malalaman natin yung totoo.
This is very sad.
Hindi, kasi pwede natin malaman yung katotohanan.
I understand for the pursuit of discovery in science.
Di ba? Sayang. Are we going to stifle scientific discovery for the evolution of society?
Ang hirap, pre.
For societal gains?
Nahihirapan ako dun sa idea.
Ano yung mas matimbang sa dalawa?
Fine, sige. Just one person.
Di ba?
At least kung 5 bob yan, putay na, baka mabaliw ako eh. Sige, isa lang. Let it be you.
Sige. Tingnan natin kung magkaka-enjoy
gagawin namin ng podcast episode yun regardless what year it is or kung magkasama pa kami or hindi. I am consigning myself to that thought.
Alright. Okay. Alright. And thank you very much for listening to this episode about
guys.
Titos.
I'm begging you, nahihirapan na kami maging bobo. Please,
alright.
email
Sobrang
us.
Hirap maging bobo, guys. Please, mag-suggest naman kayo ng mga topics na pwede namin pag-usapan. Mga phenomenons in the world or in the Philippines or in your house.
We will make sure to credit you, of course. Don't worry. May shoutout kayo sa amin.
Sabihin namin na this episode is brought to you by... Tapos yung pangalan mo.
Yes.
Kuwari sponsor ka.
At saka i-share nyo na rin sa mga willing sponsor kami.
Hong Kong Style Noodles, McDonald's and
Ace
Hardware, True Value. Ang dami na pong name drop ng mga brands dito.
Wilkins, alkaline water, we're waiting for you.
Wilkins Alkaline Water. Kung hindi ka pa kayo alkaline water, don't bother.
Yes. So guys, email kayo
Yes, email. And shirtley.ph/reccreate with 2 C's. RECCREATE.
Support the channel, support us, support the creators, so we can have soundproofing.
Yes.
And we don't have to sit on beanbags.
Yes.
Alright, that's all. See you guys in the next one.